And because this is a function of national interest, in fact, I dare say international interest, because we are going to be joined by the world also virtually. I would like us to do honor to our nation by taking the national anthem. And I will appreciate if we can stand and take it. The female on the high table, would you like to lead this? Okay. Who will want to lead this? Let's give privilege to, please come, ma'am. Let's give her a round of applause as she does. As she does this very important national assignment. Please come. I would have loved us to clap her right to the mic. Thank you, ma'am. We would also love to know your name and maybe what you represent, and then you lead us in the national anthem. And we have to know who is leading us in the national anthem.
Okay, all right.
It's fair enough.
Okay, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Laiton Laleye. I'm a proud Nigerian. You said what I do.
No, you got it told us.
Okay. Yes, I'm a pan-Nigerian. Yes. So that is just it. Yeah. And okay, that's all. All right. Please, for this auspicious occasion, I'd encourage us to rise on our feet as we take the national anthem, 1 or 2. Okay, so I think we should take the second one. Like the second one? Yes, because it's a... Which is a prayer? Yes. So, oh, all right, thank you. Okay, thank you. All right. Okay, don't forget to come back and take it. Okay, that would be great. All right, so we'll go. Arise, O compatriots. Arise, O compatriots. Nigeria's call obey to serve our fatherland with love and strength and faith. The labor of our heroes shall never be in vain. To serve with heart and mind, one nation bound in freedom, peace and unity.
Great.
Thank you.
Thank you. Please take your seats. I mean, this is one of the times I've seen the national anthem being sung with meaning, with vigor, with vision. Please, can you give yourselves a round of applause? Okay, my name is Christian Wogu. I'm a lawyer, and I'm the head of strategy, 40 million ballots movement. With me is Mr. Shedrack, and he is going to take it up from here to let us know those on the high table. Mr. Shedrack.
Thank you very much, sir. Let's put a round of applause for him, please. Thank you, Barrister. While I welcome or recognize those at the high table, may I also inform us we have an online audience, our partners and supporters in the Diaspora, New Jersey, California, and part of it still joining us via the Zoom. We also have some of our key sponsors who will be talking to us or giving us an address through the Zoom. Everybody here is special. We are all recognized. We appreciate you for coming. At the high table are some of the leaders of our support group. We have, in no particular order, we have Dr. Tanko Unisa, who is the spokesperson for ObiDient Presidential Campaign Council in the high table. He is the Venezuela general of the PeterObi movements. Thank you, sir, for flying down despite your very busy schedule to be here. We also have in our midst Ezekiel Blessing, from Take Back Niger movement is in our midst. So let's appreciate him. We have Mohammed Yahya, Northern Coalition for PeterObi. We have also, we call him Prof. James Eliaship for PeterObi movement. PeterObi movement is also here. Prof, you're welcome, sir. Thank you very much. We also have here Augustine Neka from PeterObi Support Network. Okay, sorry for mispronouncing. We also have here one of our very important friends who flew in all the way from Owerri to join us here. Obina Uko is also here. You're welcome. Thank you very much. We will not take much of our time. As time goes on, we'll introduce the rest of us from the high table. I don't have the list of some of the members of the high table. Yeah, as time goes on, when we call you to give your short messages, you recognize, you introduce yourself properly to us. We will be giving opportunity for the convener here to give us his opening remark. Comrade Kennedy Iyere, he will introduce himself.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry? No problem. Oh. I'm really not used to sitting and talking. You know that. Well, I hope we are not going to have a fight when we are living here. You remember what happened in London in 2015? I convened a meeting of this kind, this type, when Nigeria got to a certain point in our history when people thought we're not going to survive. We stepped in by the grace of God and started a process that led to the famous Abuja Peace Accord. The coming together of Buhari and Jonathan, a process that made it possible for Jonathan to hand over to Buhari. That was my initiative. They came from different parts of the United Kingdom. After my speech, they rejected the food I offered them. Do you know why? I bruised their ego. I told them what they hated to hear. And I'm sure I will offend a lot of you by the time you are leaving here. I actually called us here to expose us to the very moment of truth. This time we are in is the moment of truth. I'm going to just give this opening remarks. Then after that, Professor is going to come downstairs. Professor Patutomi is the chair of this occasion. My guy here, Dr. Tanko, is going to speak. Then I will bring the fire down much later. When you have 10 people together, they've been friends. First 1 year, no disagreement. Second year, no disagreement. Third year, no disagreement. The reality is that they are not friends. They are just a group of people lying to themselves, deceiving themselves. You know, because where there is true friendship, there must be conflicts. Not all conflicts are negative conflicts. You have some positive conflicts. If you don't have such conflict in any relationship, the relationship is not healthy. I start by welcoming you. Comrade Kennedy Iyere is my name, and I'm sure if you have not seen me before, if you've not known me before, in this jet age, you can Google people and see what they've been doing. And I'm sure when you Google me well and you take your time to study most of the things that we've been doing over the past years, you will see that we have invested in the Nigeria project. I supported Buhari not to win. When he came and created some confusion, we were the people who stepped into the scene and we started reconciling the ethnic groups. We supported Jonathan. We have been the biggest investor in peace intervention and election security in Nigeria since 2014. But you know, we don't actually like coming to the scene and to say, this is who we are, these are the things we do. That's why you can't find us on Facebook, you can't find us on WhatsApp, you can't find us on Twitter. But we are just there. We want to be in the engine room. But this time, we refuse to be inside, because if we don't come outside, people like you will be snatched away from us by APC and PDP. And that is the essence of this meeting. We created the 40 million ballots movement. The agenda is simple. That in 2023, we want to get 40 million youths and women who will dedicate their ballots, their votes, to electing Obi the next president of Nigeria. And we'll intend to achieve this by working with the support groups, volunteers, people who know that the last opportunity Nigeria has in God's political redemption plan for Nigeria is this year. That is, within the next 6 months, it would have elapsed. And whatever happens will be a function of our choices. Then we shall live with the outcome. The other time I hosted some people, you see, my late Archbishop, Benson in the host of blessed memory, said something, that zeal without wisdom means energetic madness. It seems a lot of us are not aware of what we are up against, including those who are Nicodemously following our principle. As a matter of fact, we are not behaving like people who want to actually seize the moment and take over power. I call this meeting a strategic meeting where we have to expose ourselves to the harsh realities we are faced with. If election is conducted today, listen, if election is conducted today, a lot of challenges will actually hamper our chances. With the way we are, if you don't want to lie to yourself, do you think as we are like this, we can win Tinubu and Atiku as we are like this? This is a family meeting we are holding here. You see, we want to lie to ourselves and we want to conceal the facts. And by doing that, we are injuring and harming ourselves the more. That is why, regardless of my huge investment in the PeterObi project and in the Nigeria project, there are some meetings I do not attend. That is why you can't see me and PeterObi sitting publicly. I meet with him at night or in the morning time, one-on-one. That is how we meet, because what I say to him are the truth. I will leave him to ponder upon. I just ask a question. The way we are, we are disorganized. The way we are not prepared. The way we are not ready. We are just like a young girl who is beautiful. She cannot cook. She cannot plan a family. and they tell you she's 27 years, she wants to be married. This is the moment of truth. We have, you see, let me tell you, if you like, go and do 50 million match, 100 million match, 1 billion match. The Titans, Asiwaju is watching you, Article is watching you, they are skimming up something. Hey, when the time comes and you are not strong-footed, deep-rooted, they take you off your feet. They sweep you off your feet. Hold on. Forget, campaign hasn't started. We're talking about 1 million match, 10 million match, 50 million match, 100 million match, 200 billion match. Watch, let campaign start. And I see what Joe wants to do his match. Maybe you will see more match. And the same people that march for PeterObi in Port Harcourt, the same people that march for him in Edo, the people that march for him in Abuja, they will march for this man. This is the moment of truth. If you come here to listen to sweet lies, I don't have such sweet lies to give. The moment of truth. Are we ready? Is Labour Party ready? You understand? Is Labour Party ready is a question. Are they ready well enough is a question. Is the campaign council ready? Is a question. Are they ready enough is a question. The support groups, are they ready is a question. Are they ready enough is a question. I could hear some people, please lessen the noise. I could hear some people. You see, there are ways we say things. Something impressed me when I imputed on the program that we should say some word of prayer. Some of our people in the diaspora kicked against it, and I saw the need. We are beginning to behave like the Jews. Jesus referred to as the Jewish sepulchres. For some of us who responded to the question that I asked, I will disappoint you by telling you we are not ready. The 3 questions that I asked, we are not ready. When a student knows he or she is not prepared for an exam, that will spoil that student to tend to work so hard, read so hard to pass all the papers. I want to give you, especially some of us, when I said, is Labour Party ready? And you said, we are ready. One question, if you travel all across Lagos, all across Enugu, all across Edo, all across Benue, all across Niger, all across Sokoto, how many Labour Party offices are you seeing across the different local governments? And you are sitting there telling me you are ready. Don't deceive yourself. By lying to yourself, you are just simply telling Tinubu, come and take over. Atiku, come and take over. Look, there are so many things a lot of us, we are too noble to be involved in. We are not ready. From the angle of the party, we are not. From the angle of the campaign council, let me tell you something prophetically. I think the 28th of this month, that is when campaign starts. We don't have a house. We don't have an office that the campaign council will function from. There is a building not equipped. Who is lying to who? Who is fooling who? Who? You are taking a risk with a Tinubu government replacing a Buhari government, or an Atiku government replacing the Buhari government. Come on. From the angle of the party is 0. It's just that, unfortunately, a lot of us, they are good image makers. And that's why people like Dr. Tanko, they will be very useful because they can repackage the party, repackage the council. From the angle of politics, with the mentality of a politician. But for me, a humanitarian activist. That is not. Lastly, we are able to win because of one thing, because of you. And this very gathering is organized for you, organized because of you. In the next 2 minutes, I'm going to end my remarks. Then later on, I will come and speak. Right? Later, I will come and speak. 6 months ago, 5 months ago, 4 months ago, if you mention PeterObi, a lot of people do not know PeterObi. You see, my friend is sitting here, the spokesperson to the campaign council, the spokesperson to Labour Party. You see, my friend has left because the things I'm saying, they are difficult. He has gone to call prof so that one can calm me down. That is why he has been doing like this, doing like this. No, I won't. I won't. The truth of the matter is this. You made Obi the Obi that he is today. Don't worry, I will talk the way I can talk. You make him the Obi he is today. Today, Obi is the most politically influential African who is alive. Clap for yourselves. You made him. Nobody is more popular than him. You made him. Listen to me. I am not here to destroy anybody. Look, I sponsored this program by the grace of God, single-handedly, and I have done like this, like this, like this, like this, like this. Come on. The biggest 2 programs that Obi has had this year, Transcom Hilton and Radisson, I convened and I sponsored. So will I be putting my money and be destroying what I'm financing? No. But if we must succeed, I like us facing the truth. Because where we are not facing the truth, people are laughing at us. Obi today, if we manage you well, we use you well, we support you well, nobody can take this power from Obi. But if we feed you with lies, feed you with false hope, we have lost and we will lose unless we change that. Part of what we are here to do is to support you. And that is the reason why we selected some important support groups, brought them together so that we can find a common platform to help you do better. That is the reason why we brought you here, to form a war chest. What is the strength of Tinubu and Atiku? Money, nothing else. They have no name, they have no face, no integrity, no qualification, no credibility, no goodwill, no purpose, no vision, no direction. They just believe that they have money. But you have the intellect, you have the speed, you have the courage, you have the strength, you have the accuracy of delivery. Clap for yourself. All we need to do for you is to just give you that little push you need, the financial incentives. If you are asking for that, you are not asking for too much. It doesn't matter who likes what we are saying or what we are not saying, but only the truth can set us free. From nothing, a lot of you have mortgaged your businesses, lost your businesses, sold your phone. You have lost relationships. You have been mocked, but the result is that you put Obi on top. The time has come for you to have an enabler. That is why we are doing this. Because if you don't have that enabler, this is what will happen. We don't all have the same elasticity of patience and perseverance. Right? I am not a boy to anybody. I am not a politician. I believe in Obi. Obi is the best man that can recreate this country. Do you get? But we all need to push him and place him on that seat for him to do the magic. If we all support him for him to do the magic, we will get the result that we are looking for. As I conclude, before I talk later, the real thing I want to say is not now. I have not said them. This is the opening remarks. At the end of the day, we will succeed together. Amen. The last thing I want to tell you is this. I have traveled all over Nigeria for this cause. I have traveled all over Nigeria for this cause. I have hosted a lot of institutions for this cause, right? I have had meetings in Aso Rock 7 times between last year and this year for this cause. I had interfaced with the Arewa, Obi, that is elder brother, Hakim Baba Ahmed. I fought him for this cause. Right? Afenifere, Pananja Data Forum, Ohaneze, Igbo Elders Council, for this cause. Dr. Tanko, we've been friends for this cause. This man, we've been together fighting on this same thing. Going to 3 years now, ever before Obi joined the race. Good enough. God gave us Obi. Then Obi must be there. What I said in summary, and which is what I'm trying to, you need money to win for Obi. Thank you.
Thank you very much for that very elaborate preamble to your main remark. I shall come later. But at the end, he captured it in just a statement. We need money to make with the president, and that is true. And that is why the slogan, we know they give shishi, will expire very soon. Because money is a live wire in politics, governance, and everything. The Holy Bible recognizes it. Very soon, we are very certain we'll be taking our campaigns from the social media to the very grassroots. Every street, every community, and every household must recognize the logo of Labour Party, Mama, Papa, and Pekin. Thank you very much, Comrade Kennedy Yere. We want to give opportunities for our spokesperson to address us. I believe we all know why we are here. We trust what they've told us here. We need finance to enable us to do more. Somebody was responding to Governor El Rufai, who said only 20% of Nigerians knows our principal. 80% of Northerners don't know him. And somebody responded and said, we are coming after that 80%. That good 20% knows him already. That we are coming after that 80%. And we are very certain at the end of this charge, we'll go after that 80% and take it to our kitties. Dr. Tanko.
Great Nigerian people, of the greatest Nigerian people, Nigerian people. Thank you very much. You know, my background is a civil society, and I'm a labor man. And so therefore, anytime I want to speak, I always like to charge up the hall. And I like it very well that this particular hall is already charged even by the number of people that are already in this hall. Please clap for yourself for thanking you for coming to this particular occasion. Quickly, some of these points. Yes, Comrade Iyari, I've been very vocal normally to just give you some of the challenges. There's no any program that you have or any organization you have that you don't have a challenge. And that is why I developed all the triangle of faith. The triangle of faith has, number one, at the top, you have the campaign organization. On the left of the triangle of faith, you have the Labour Party. And then on the right, you have the support group. The support group comes in thousands. We have intelligence support group. We have mobilization support group. We have finance support group, which this happened to be one. We have intellectual support group. We have youth groups. We have women groups. We have persons with disability. They are all large. And just yesterday, our greatest and biggest support group, who are the owners of the political party itself, that is the TUC and the Nigerian Labour Congress, are having retreat in Abuja as we speak today. The retreat was actually organized by the Nigerian Labour Congress and the TUC. It is happening in Abuja. I was there yesterday. I have to leave because of this particular very important occasion. Now, the retreat is focused on how to form a synergy around the 3 points I have made earlier on, which is the triangle of faith. Today, the strength of this particular movement clearly is the way you, gentlemen and ladies, especially the Nigerian youth, have come out en masse to demand that you want accountability, you want credibility, you want persons who knows, who have shown empathy, you want somebody who can lead this country from consumption to production. You want somebody who can make sure that you are turning the state of hopelessness in Nigeria to a state of hope. And that person is no other than Peter Gregory Obi and Betty Baba Ahmed. Now, this triangle of faith will be made to work together. Of course, we will need funding. The funding will not be this one that they are doing, the one that they bribe and pay for people to vote for them. No. Anybody that's waiting for that, he will not get that shishi. Because Nigeria is for all of us. A simple explanation or kind of a description I'll give you. You remember that time we are doing war against indiscipline? Everybody usually come out to clean his environment. Here's an environment. But prior to that, maybe a week before that, you will see the filth in your area. Once you all come out to clean that environment, you'll be happy to come out the next day to see how beautiful that environment looks like. That is exactly what we intend to do come 2023. We want to clean the fields so that we can get a cleaner environment that all of us can be happy about. And that means all of us must contribute to that particular development. We have been doing so. We have seen you guys building billboards. We have seen you guys buying hijabs. We have seen you guys buying face caps. We have seen you guys even feeding people. We have seen you guys transporting people from point A to point B. I was in Kano. I was in Jigawa. I was in Kano, and I keep on repeating this. I've seen people who put billboard. Imagine in Kano State, in Sokoto State, the first thing you see when you come down from the airport, you see Obi, Betty, Baba Ahmed billboard. It was built by somebody, 6 of it is spread across Sokoto capital. And it was not done by any other person. It's just a support group. So what we need is to establish the fact that we need to mobilize enough funds to ensure that all of these things work together as a unit. As a unit. So that way, the support group will be fully involved in anything that we want to do. All the support group will be mobilized in such a way that all of us will work as a team. Because if we don't work as a team, those who are ready to collect our hard-earned collective resources are waiting in the line. They've been doing it. But this time around, we will put them to shame. We will put them to shame. So that is the reason why it's very important that those who have been contributing should please try to contribute the way it is logically and acceptably based on the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. And I want to quote Section 225, subsection 3 of the Constitution of the Nigeria is talking about prohibition of collection of funds and then moving it into the political party. But some lawyers have argued that that particular collection of funds, if it's even generated outside the country, should be subjected to INEC, for INEC to clarify whether such funds are made for election purposes or for any other vices. But of course, you know, those who want to make sure that you do not succeed can plant into your system. So that way you have to be careful. I don't know whether I'm communicating. So you have to be careful to do things that are within the ambience of the law. And as we are popularly known, we are obedient people. And we obey the laws of the land. And we will take over our country obediently and usefully. Ladies and gentlemen, the campaign fund, this is a group, this is a support group, mobilizing funds for these elections and the support for PeterObi under this particular platform of a support group. I am aware that there are so many other groups who have raised close to up to 500 million naira within their group. You may be amazed. They have their money in their group and they are going to disperse it according to what they believe they can contribute to the campaign. And so therefore, if this particular group could generate its own fund, it can deploy it to the usage of what he or you, the organization stand for. And there's no law against that. There's no law against that because you need the fund to be able to move materials and human resources from point A to point B. Ladies and gentlemen, do not be under any illusion. We need to, please, ladies and gentlemen, can you welcome Professor Pat Otomi, who is the chairperson and leader of the National Congress Front and the creator, supporter of 40 million man ballot movement. Please a round of applause for Professor Pat Otomi. So therefore, all of our challenges, we must, of course, put them on the table so that we can be able to deal with them accordingly. Ladies and gentlemen, before I hand over the mic to the prof, all of our work, all of the things that we are doing cannot and must not remain in this hall alone. I repeat, cannot and must not be reduced to this hall alone. The challenge is at the polling units. The challenge and the war is at the polling units. Like I said before, we have 76,846 polling units cut across the Federal Republic of Nigeria. We need every one of you to move to your wards. We just need a database of two persons from each ward. That ward, those particular persons will be canvassers. When they canvass, our target is 150 at the minimum rate for every ward. When you do your maths completely, you will end up having 26,526,000 people voting for Peter Gregory Obi. And that number doubled what you have in 2019. So the work is not here, the work is in the field. So finally, it is important to let you know that along the three triangle of fate that I mentioned earlier, both the campaign organization group cannot do anything without the Labour Party. So every data that you generate, every funding that you generate, the bigger beneficiary and the one that can make use of those particular funding through your own, use it, even when the neighbor will get it done, the fame go to the Labour Party. They are the only one that can upload the list of agents. They are the only one that can upload the list of candidates. They are the only one that can also be listened to by INEC. So they are the major engine room of this political. And today it is being led by Barrister Julius Aburi, and at the same time his secretary with the National Working Committee, Malam Farouk Umar. So in essence, what I'm asking you to do, yesterday PeterObi unveiled free cards for every intending person to join the Labour Party. These from all the state chapters. So it's important that everyone will try to get that card and be distributed to all persons where if you generate funding, that is where the funding will be used for. For this thing, God bless you. Obediently, we stand. Obediently and usefully, we will work to work. Thank you.
Thank you, friends. I will be here only because I am caught in other meetings, but I want to commend you all for your commitment and your work. I want to say that this process does not happen, and so it's not going to be. You know, I was a great admirer of a certain so passed away, called Clayton Christensen. And he was famous for always talking about nation building is about disrupting ways that are the PeterObi movement has produced the first truly organic citizen commitment process in our history. What we have seen happen so far there's a metaphor that's called Tony's metaphor. It talks about the peasant that being so deep in water that even a ripple can drown him. Ripple can now drown us. And that has woken in the young of Nigeria, that if they don't take their country over, they don't take their country back, there will be no Nigeria. And they recognize that they have to give anything it takes to take their country back. Other point is, whatever anybody says to you, these young people who want their country back constitute by far, far, far the majority of the people of Nigeria. So that anything short of an outcome of what they want is undemocratic. To make this work as well as it should work, you know, the establishment has been rationalizing their rules in different ways. It's on Twitter, it's on social media. It goes to the grassroots. Then they start marching on the street. They say, march. It's not there. You are feeling and seeing the passion of the people. It's what those signals are. But we must now translate them to owning the voting and ensuring that the votes go the right way. What all support groups must be doing today, this is what the big tent really is about. We're dealing with a movement and not a political party. There are political parties, civil society organizations, and social movements in this effort to change Nigeria. And so the party, the Labour Party, is a very, very important part of it. But there are other parties in the big tent. There are other movements in the big tent. The point is that there is a national consensus that Nigeria will have to rise up again. And that consensus, the big tent, is tweaking to ensure prepare. Now, to make this happen, we're going to, the strategy that we are adopting in the Big Ten is the strategy of complex redundancy. Complex redundancy means that there will be structures and structures and structures. And the term complex redundancy was first used by an American professor called Ballots to describe decision-making in the US Congress. Redundant levels and layers. So that when you go past this level, you are hit by another level. And the level at which the Big Ten is operating aims to get Nigerians to take over the polling booth of our country. What we have traditionally called structures in Nigeria, which PeterObi calls structures of criminality, are webs of people who are paid from money taken from the government's treasury as members of this political party or that, to use to rig elections when people who don't have enough agents get voted for. Our goal in this election is to convert literally every Nigerian citizen into a citizen agent. Okay. And we must all go and ensure that these citizen agents not only canvass votes in their neighborhoods, door to door. On election day, go and call out people to come and vote and ensure that those votes are counted and the votes transmitted instantly, electronically, as our electoral act says, to base. And all of us will know from the polling station who won the election. That's right. Wow. So all these support groups, all of you present here, are supposed to work in a way that is seamlessly coordinated, such that we will all bring about an outcome that gives Nigeria a demographic dividend for its youth to use to build a new country. The world needs a new Nigeria. Another part of the arrangement we're going to make in the next 24 hours, we'll be announcing a policy review and future view team. This is an evolution of what we used to call a shadow government. Announcing more than 60 Nigerians in this team, whose business will be to take on specific tasks, areas of government activity, whether it's defense, whether it's this. These people do not constitute a government in waiting. That's what has always caused the problem. When you talk about it, people say, it means some people have been position. Not at all. But they are ordinary, capable, competent Nigerians. And they'll be speaking about the issues every day. I can tell you that I was responsible for inside is supposed to be the roadmap manifesto of the APC, a concept borrowed from the Brazilians out of the Bossa Familia system of distributable cash transfers. It has been abused currently. I can tell you that I heard in Abuja this weekend from senators who were calling me and saying that they want to go out and be handing out cash to people on the streets. No conditions clear, no outcomes. It's just a waste of the money of the Nigerian people to use politically. A person in this team will be challenging that. In the next week, a person responsible for power in this team will show you the kind of policies we should be implementing to have 30,000 megawatts in a few weeks. A person in this team will tell you how Nigeria's resources are being siphoned into where we are not generating revenues. Most of the oil is being stolen. Who and who may be responsible for these activities and how we must stop them as citizens. There must be consequence for everything. The Nigerian people need to take over their country. I thank you all.
Prof, may I just indulge you to just keep stand for a photograph, please, Dr. Tanko. Let's just Prof wait for a second, please. For photograph, let them take a photograph while Prof is standing, please. Cameraman, please. They are taking it. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Prof. God bless you. A round of applause for Prof, please, as he exits. Let's be seated, please. I want to call on Comrade Kennedy to make additional remarks before we give opportunity for our support groups to make their comments.
Thank you very much. Thank you, everyone. To say before the support groups, please just listen to me. It's not working. There's something I want to say before I introduce the support groups. By the grace of God, you know I believe in you guys. That's why I created this meeting. One of the reasons I am here, one of the reasons I followed PeterObi is Professor Patutomi. I was the only person who resisted him from stepping down. He convinced me, then we started supporting him all the way. But do you know why I like him? He's a genuine professor. You know, he called me upstairs. You followed me in there. People indicted my speech. He called me and he asked me, please, what happened? And I just made one statement. And that was all. He knows what we are doing together. You deceive yourself, you embrace the truth. After all the grammar and the policy, speech and statement, you still need money to work. The question there is, where is the money? Come on. You see, there are things, You know why a lot of people are poor? If you see a man who is treated by inspiration, motivational talks, he will remain poor. That's how you claim a car key in church and you don't have a job. And for 25 years, you'll be claiming the car key. Pragmatism is one of the factors that enable success. I didn't bring you here to talk grammar. We brought you here. The support groups, whom I will introduce shortly for them to make their remarks. And then we launch our war chest movement. We need a war chest. Come. When it's time to ask question, I will ask question. You know the fame of PeterObi Support Network, they're everywhere in the world. You know the fame of Take Back Niger, everywhere in the world. You know the fame of PeterObi movement, everywhere in the world. PPGN, everywhere in the world. Not a coalition, everywhere in the north. But let me tell you, I am very sure apart from the like minds, they don't have 500 million in their accounts. Some of them don't have 50 million in their accounts. Do you think we called you here to come and tell you sweet stories? I have seen elections, in most cases in Africa. The most popular candidate may not emerge the winner. Do you know why? Not because he doesn't have the power or the muscles, but no war chest. If you listen, do you know who is a clever person? You see, in America and in Europe, people go to the They go to the vendor, they have papers. When they read, they underline, they mark, they take notes. You know, in Nigeria, we clap. You see professor clapping without even understanding what they are clapping for. He just told you that you will need to police the ballots. You need nothing less than 25 billion naira to do that. Where is the money? A lot of you got it wrong when I said, if you do, one of the indictment was I said they are doing 20 million. Hey, I repeat it again with audacity that Tinubu can buy 25 million people to march for him. And if you think, look at Oshun, they said the man is an illiterate. He has no certificate. He is the governor-elect. You can't change it. Please, what we came here to achieve, is not to fight. It's not to fight labor. Labor is our party. It's not to fight the campaign council. The campaign council is our platform. But to tell you why you should be prepared. If tomorrow you hear in the news that a key leader belonging to either of this group has decamped, how does that demoralize you? I'll give you a very simple example. If you see a rich man's child who is exposed to life, and after finishing school, he got his job as a GM of share. The first $1 million he's getting would not be a surprise to him. He will not go mad on the street. But if you see a local village person who has never seen 100 naira, and the very first 1 million naira he gets, he may throw away his Quran or Bible. Listen to what I am trying to tell you. I'm not inspiring you with vain words. If we must win this election, we must arm. Do you know why we are not defeating Boko Haram? The weapons that they use, the ammunition that they use, they are more sophisticated than the one that our people use. You are not asking for excess money. That's not what we are talking about. You are just asking for the money to do the basic things that you must do. On the day of election that we want you to go and man the polling units, are you going to trek there? We are not discussing partisan thing now. Are you going to trek there? You're not trekking there. You're not going to trek there. Right? Look, if you see organization like PeterObi movement, PeterObi support network, Take Back Nigeria, I have seen their proposals. I have seen their action plan. If we support these people to implement 25% of their action plan, PeterObi will beat all these people, point blank. But it seems you don't also realize that the people you are up against will create their own structure to imitate these people. And they will start snatching them one by one if we do not have the war chests to back them up. That's what I'm trying to prove to you. That's why we are here. And let me tell you, for the reality of it, APC and PDP, they are not looking for money. They are not raising money. They stole this money very long time ago. They have piled them up, right? You will soon start hearing something about trader money. This one money, that one money. Were we not in Ebonyi State? I made a statement in Ebonyi State. I don't want to go too far, but I know what I'm saying. We had a program in Ebonyi State. By the time we are leaving the venue, we gave them logistics. some of the people who are leaders of Center Support Group, not the ones here, they were fighting for that money. I turned and I said to one of the leaders, we gave you $1 million first, you are fighting. What happens when we give you $1 billion? You kill somebody. Right? That was the day I told you, you need money to win Ebonyi State. Because in Ebonyi, poverty is personified. So don't deceive yourself. Don't deceive, because I hear people just saying things for say, PeterObi is the best among them. But for Peter to win, you need that attention that the world should give to you. Right? The diaspora people are here. They are listening to us. A time comes that they are going to speak. Give these guys money. A lot of these people cannot look. How many support group has a well-equipped office? Don't deceive yourself. How many of them have utility cars? What are we talking about here? Let me tell you something. You are just like someone who has a good dream. The day somebody that has the money to implement your ideas come, he will take that thing away from you. That is what, look, I want to win. Let me tell you something. If PeterObi is not elected, I will be hospitalized personally. I'm telling you, because I know how deeply involved I am, and I have been. And some of you will have nowhere else to turn to. You will have to run. You will run. You will run. You will run. You know why? You are everywhere. Oh, not be that one when they convert, take back Niger. Zoo people, what's happening? Not be that one when they coordinate, take back Niger. Not be that one when be their media people. Not be that one. Nothing for you. And beyond that, the mockery. You know the mockery. Like a woman told me, I divorced my husband to work for PeterObi. Yes, that is passion. That is passion. That is passion. People are ready to die for Peter. And those things are, hold on. Those things are good things when you have passion. But for you to stand here or sit here, and a problem you are faced with is mentioned, you shy away from it, right? I'm even sure most of these big support groups do not have 1 million naira in their balance. Then how? Come on, you don't win elections by miracles. You win election by hard work and accurate delivery. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? We want the support groups all to make a remark. But before I pass the reason why I took this microphone is just to tell you how much I respect Professor Patutomi. It shows he didn't buy his professorship, right? You know what? He asked me what, and I just one question, you know what I stand for. I am not Peter's big boy. I am not even his friend, but I can say it again and again and again. I'm his biggest promoter because he's the best man for the job. Nobody is better than him. If Peter does not become our president, it's a huge loss to Nigeria and Africa and the world. I just told you he is not my friend, but he is the best person who I know can fix the economy. Corruption will be zero, right? Budget paddling will be zero. Education will be stable. Light will be stable. The economy will grow. There'll be social welfare. Such a man that can do such a thing is worth supporting. That's why we're supporting him. So for you to believe, for you to think we are coming here to tell lies, when we know that those lies will not make us get there, then we better not start anything. As we discuss further, I just want us to talk. All I'm here for, from tomorrow, Anything that is not all about money, 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 and more money for the support groups, I'm not interested. You need money. Please, the support groups, we are here to talk. Camera people, in a few minutes' time, dismantle this whole thing. Dismantle this whole thing. This is the moment of truth. We need to face the truth. These people are the ones wearing the shoes. I know where it pitches them. I met one of the conveners who closed down his business. Do you know what that means? Where is he going to start from? Do you know what that means? Where will that person start from? At the end of the day, when the people who are supposed to be your inspiration are the ones going behind you to negotiate deals with the opposition, and you know this is a reality, will you still stay? That is why we must support you. Thank you.
Thank you very much, comrade. Please, announcements. Honda AKD 318 EU, please go and repark immediately. If you have a Honda car here, AKD 318 EU, please go repark immediately. Thank you so very much. Once again, we thank you so very much for your patience listening to Ross speak. In a couple of minutes to rounding up, I want to introduce to the House also a very important friend of the supporters of PeterObi who walked in, Dr. Stella Ford, an attorney and lecturer based in the USA. You're welcome, madam. Mr. Iberi, OBSA convener for women, Mr. PeterObi campaign organization, you're also welcome. This moment, thank you very much, madam. We want to give opportunity for the support group to make a goodwill message, 1 minute each, before we go into conversation. A minute. Okay. All right. Leslie, let's start from Take Back Niger.
Thank you so much. Good afternoon, everyone. So can you all see me? My name is Ezokoli Blasen Chimeze. I am the co-convener of Take Back Niger movement. Most of you know me as Jack. Okay, so I am happy to be here, especially after listening to Prof. And I heard the things he said. Over the last couple of weeks, I've been with Comrade, and it seems as if he understands exactly what we need to succeed. Like you all know, Take Back Niger movement started a long time ago, around January. And what we had planned to do was to raise the consciousness of the young people to take back their country, because we know that we have the power to do it. After what happened at Lekki Tollgate 2020, we know that some people have to pay the price. And what power do we have if not via the ballots? Know that the only way to make the establishment to pay for the sins and the atrocities against the young people in this country is to make sure that we push them out of the system. And that is why we said it is time for us to take back our country. We don't want to play the games no more. Like for someone like me, that personally, if I want to share my personal stories, some of you want to cry for me because I lost so much over the last 7 years. And I know that I have only one option, which is to get the leadership of Nigeria right. I run a business, and I know what businessmen and women face in this country. I understand how traumatic it is to pay salaries in this country. I know what it means to pay people salaries. I know what it means to run businesses. And I know that we cannot afford another 4 or 8 years of hopelessness. Personally, I have my visa ready, just for your information. I do not intend to leave Nigeria because I love this country genuinely. And that is why I feel that for some of us that have the youthful energy, it is time for us to put in the hard work. I promised myself after 2019 elections that I will no longer complain about Nigeria. Instead, I will be among those that will change the narrative. I want to be part of the solution. I no longer want to talk. And that is what inspired Take Back Nigeria movement. And when we started, I won't lie to you, it was difficult. A lot of people didn't give us a chance. If you guys remember when we did our first press release, we said, we spoke to PDP and said, give us Peter and we will give you 10 million votes. We will mobilize young people to give you 10 million votes. That was where we started. And then I personally engaged leaders of PDP, the youth leader, the organizing secretary, the party chairman. We told them, we explained to them that what we need is just for you to put Peter on the ballot, and that's all. You're going to win even before the election day. It was too short for us because we know, I know what I saw. I know what I'm seeing. I know that there's only one option. With the kind of life Peter has lived over time and his record in office, it is obvious that there's only one man that has the capacity and, you know, someone that has the capacity to pull us out of where we are. And that is why ever since then, we put, we support fully. And just like I said, it's not been easy. Almost we've done basically the fully funded by us. I mean, coordinators in Lagos are here, and they could attest to that. I met someone in Enugu, a local government coordinator, a web coordinator that told me how he spent over $1 million of his money trying to host activities in his place. And I can relate to that story because it all happened to us. And I just want to tell you guys, for us, up our mind is Peter or nothing, right? There's no option again. So just like Comrade rightly said, if we get the right funding, the energy on the street is just massive. If we get the right funding, we will deliver Peter. It's obvious. We have the structures we need. We have the energy we need. We have the skill set. I mean, we've been holding it down for months, and we can do it, right? So thank you all for coming. I mean, with a very short notice, some of you came, so I appreciate you. God bless you.
Please, because of issue of time, this is Lagos. We want us to, these are our members, will just give us 2 minutes each to just introduce yourself and your group and just a word of charge so that the mic can pass around. Because we have to entertain 1 or 2 questions from the spokesperson to answer.
Good afternoon. My name is Augusta Neka. I'm the global coordinator for PeterObi Support Network. Okay, so since I have just 5 minutes, I'll just go straight to. Comrade said 5 minutes. Okay. So I'll just go straight to the point. I'll just give you a background of what we've been doing so far. Now, POSN is funded mostly by Nigerians, most of them in diaspora, but mostly by good meaning Nigerians, just people that want Nigeria to work. Now, we started this movement, I think, sometime in May. And so far, we have all the state coordinators, 36 plus the FCT, that's 37. We have about 617 local government coordinators, and we have presence in about 2,000 wards. And one of the criteria for our coordinators is that they must join the Labour Party. Now, when our spokesperson here was saying that the movement needs to go to the grassroots and that we cannot do anything without the Labour Party, I could totally relate to that. This is because the 1 million march is good for morale, the 10 million march is good, but at the end of the day, elections are won in the polling units. And that's why we came up with a strategy to actually start mobilizing people at the grassroots level. And this brought us to our Sponsor Your Word project, where we started telling Nigerians in diaspora to go back to their hometown and pick up a word and sponsor all their activities in mobilization. Now, still talking about trying to mobilize people, the 3 people for the polling units. So far, we have been able to raise about 65,000 people at the polling units level, and this cuts across all parts of Nigeria. Now, our strongest presence is, my time is going, please. Our strongest presence is in the middle belt, the southeast, obviously, and some parts of the southwest, and then a little bit of the northwest. But one thing we have been able to do is that among the 65,000 people, most of them are volunteers. We have about 5,700 coordinators. Now, from the 65,000, we actually started a call center where we start calling these people individually to ask them, how best can you volunteer for this movement? Most of them have said that they would go out there and they would train people. Actually, when we got the 65,000 people, we started training them. We've hosted a lot of conferences to train people on the electoral processes, how to start door-to-door evangelism of people recognizing the Labour Party, because we know that it's the Labour Party logo that they are actually that's going to be there on the ballots paper. So we started going door-to-door, trying to get people to recognize the party logo. With this alone, we've been able to get all the local governments in places like Taraba, in places like Ebonyi, in places like Imo State, and our coordinators, state coordinator, the local government coordinators, the ward coordinators, and the polling unit mobilizers are now teaching people on how best to act as citizen agents, like the professor said. So this is what we are doing in POSN. Yes, we support the movement, but we are solely focused on grassroots mobilization. And I can see that my time is up. Thank you so much.
Before I give the phone to our brother, there is something I want to make clear. The first speaker, Jack, you hinted on it, you dodged a little. The second speaker did not even hit on it. Let me tell you people, you know, the highest form of failure in life is self-deceit. You are my friends, but I want to tell you, the man who told you that bitter truth you hated him for, later in life you remember him. These people have problems I'm aware of. A lot of them, after the 28th, before the end of the other month, a lot of them will fall off. I know so. I didn't bring you here, you people, to look. The reason for this is to create a war chest, You need a war chest. Some of these people are war chests. They're viewing you all over the world. This thing, people are seeing it online. Madam, at the end of the day, forum like this, you start by saying, I did this, but these are my challenges. You need money, you don't have it. No, wait. You don't have it. I'm going to pass the phone across. Hold on. You know, when you speak the truth, hold on. When you speak the truth, when you speak the truth, people want to remove your neck. But I will still mention something. Any youth today, any group that is 10 times less strong than you are, I think what Tinubu has, we have a budget to work with. Do you understand what I'm saying? You do not have anyone. So after you have enumerated the beautiful things, Labour Party people are watching us here. Peter is seeing us. So you better speak up. What I'm trying to tell you is that there is problem. You don't have money. Come on. Take. You are spoken.
Good afternoon, everybody. Can we have one house, please? My name is Eliashib Ime James, and I'm the convener of PeterObi movement. We are spread all over the 36 states of the Federation. We have a BOT and a member, and the governorship candidate of Jigawa State is a member of our BOT. I will tell you why I am reeling this out before I say what I want to say. We have a NEC, and we have a National Working Committee. And I intentionally added Dr. Tanko to our National Working Committee. I have been calling him to report people to him about coalition and all, but that's not what we are here for. We have our local government coordinators, we have our ward coordinators. Right now, we are working on what we call Project 200. And Project 200 is driving our members to the polling units. You might say it's very ambiguous, but our target for POM alone, I'm an ambitious person. Our target for POM alone is to have just POM members in every polling booth having 200 voters in that polling unit. It sounds very outrageous, but it's achievable. However, we have spent ourselves thin. Am I communicating? We have spent ourselves thin, because here I have 2 minutes. We have spent ourselves thin, and we need to be funded. Listen, at the risk of sounding immodest, I was a councillor in this Lagos state under the Unity Party of Nigeria in 1983. I have been in the fight to revalidate Abiola's vote. I was in NCP with him, with Gani Faremi. I have been in this human rights race for years, and I've been political, so I understand how politics operates. And what I discovered is that many people seem not to understand what we are confronting. You do not know the behemoth that you are about to confront. I was a member of APC until 27th of May 2022. And I am telling you that all the 100-man march, 1 million man march, you will see what will happen once the whistle is blown. And once it happens, it has the capacity to quickly frighten people. Our members will take a back seat, except we do what Comrade Ere is saying to us to do. I have listened to my brother, Comrade Tanko. Yes, Labour Party is our party. I am now a card-carrying member of Labour Party. When I had issue, I had to lead my delegation to Abuja to meet Comrade Aburi. I was tired of the infighting. And I asked, do we really know what we are about to face? He assured me. So I left. I came back, I reported to you. And I said, I'm tired of these people. Should I hand over this thing? If I hand it over to Ashwaju, I know how much I will make if I hand it over. So if you start creating problems for one another, where do we go from there? I am also, are the cameras on, sir? Are you sure?
They are not on.
Okay. Let me also tell you, sir, that there are, let me also tell you that there are so many moles in Labour Party. So many moles in Labour Party. There are people who are nice. There are people who are serious. There are people who want to move, but there are moles, especially in the state, especially in the states. Especially in the states. Please, can we coordinate? Let me, please, if you don't agree with me, majority will have their way and minority will have their say. So let me have my say. If you buy it, beautiful. If you don't buy it, it's okay. Now, let me give you one simple example. In Delta State, 2 zones just did a rally. We're not doing 100 man. We just did a rally. And the one rally was in Ogwashuku and another one in Ugeli. And it was a massive success. But the Labour Party chairman in Ila suspended all members of POM who went for the rally. Why? They did not pay him money for the t-shirts. Are we working for PeterObi or for ourselves? I am just trying to let you know this. So we have spent ourselves in, like I said, and I'm still ready to spend. I'm a pastor of a church, and therefore I have little small money to spend. But let me explain to you here. A lot of people are not coming to church anymore. And so there is less money in church to spend. So, no, I am just trying to be very, so there's less money to spend. So you have to be careful. That's why you see that my fellow pastors are coming out angry, because it's affecting everybody now. Okay? I hear that APC has a 1 trillion budget for this election. If they spend half of that, things will happen. So, comrade, my dear comrade, I believe in Abure. I believe in the Labour Party. But we must face the truth and tell the party, tell chairman, comrade chairman, that we need to begin to monitor the activities of our officers along the states. POM, as a matter of principle, we are not contesting anything with any Labour Party. All we want to do is to support them. Why will you support our members? Why will you suspend them? They are not contesting election. They are not contesting with you. And you suspend them for going for rally. Rally meant to promote Obi. I don't understand it. So, gentlemen, Comrade Yeri, I want to thank you, because we need frank talking people like you. Yes, it might be very uncomfortable. It might be uncomfortable, but the truth is the truth. We need money to run this. If you don't give us money, we will do the one that we can. I will go and sleep. You know, I will do what I know is that as I speak with you, me, in my place where I live, I have 1,012 votes already. They will vote on that day. And so, but I can do much more alone if we are funded. A lot of our members are angry and grumbling. They are using their money, running things, doing things for us. One of them asked me one day, see, that's what they call national chairman. This MC, this money that we are spending, I hope that PeterObi will win. I said, why? He said, because if he doesn't win, I will be angry. My 2 minutes is past. I'm sorry. Thank you. Thank you.
Let me greet you.
Yeah, I don't think I need up to 2 minutes. I've been listening to the impassioned plea. I came in 2 months ago. I wanted to know what's going on because we heard a lot of complaints about the PVC issue. I went from local government to local government, and I found out that what they were complaining about was true.
Good afternoon, everyone. Let me stand on existing protocol. My name is Mrs. PeterObi. I'm the convener of Women for PeterObi. Okay, I hope I'll be able to bring out all my points, challenges, in just 2 minutes. The reason I say that is because of the challenges we are beginning to, discuss. And more so that we are grassroots oriented, we go out there and we meet these challenges firsthand in the field. Let me tell you one. One of those challenges we've made them in the North is money. We have lost coordinators because of money. We have lost people because of money. And the challenge is real, very, very real. So that's why some of us get upset when we see people, putting money in programs that don't actually have clear, defined objectives. They don't have clear, defined outcomes, such as the matches we are having all over the place. 3 million there, 4 million there, 5 million there. What are the outcomes of those matches? Now, I want to challenge us that the monies that we need to run this campaign and have success can come from among us. Can we begin to raise 5 million people to give 1,000 naira to the support groups? Can we do that? Is it possible for us to start canvassing in that direction? You gather people in your ward everywhere. Let them know that the existential threats facing us, they're real. If we don't take time, there may not be Nigeria. This is not the time to start, painting issues. No, this is time to talk real and tell ourselves the truth. So I would want to refocus us to this fundraising thing. It is real. Let's not even play jokes around it. Let's not think that the money is going to come from overseas. I will just let you know. I sat down here and I was doing some calculation. 2,000 naira times 100 million gives you about 200 billion. 200 billion. And can anybody here give 2,000 naira conveniently? Is there anybody here that cannot give 2,000 naira? Good. So can those millions of people taking matches everywhere give us 2,000 naira each? Is it possible for them to do that? No. Okay, even if you can't give 2,000 naira, can you give 100? Can you give 500? I mean, why are you giving? You're giving to birth a new Nigeria. That is the purpose of this giving, because we need this money to run this campaign. Yeah. So, because when we get to the field, we meet women who are hungry. They ask us. Politicians use us a lot every time they come here and give us this, but we don't have. They go back and forget us. We can't even reach them. And we at WPO, we came up with a model. I'm not going to discuss that strategy here, but we came up with a strategy that we can help, use to help the women. And that's highly capital intensive. So if you have money and empower people, power these women, and get them to assimilate and buy into these projects, it becomes very, very difficult for anybody else to come back and tell them something else. We're building a community of mothers, sisters coming together, and they believe in this project, but they are also worried. They have concerns, and that's money. Let me rest it here. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Please, I made an earlier announcement. If you have the car Honda AKD 318 EU, please go and repark immediately, please. Honda AKD 318 EU, please go and repark. Please let me beg of us, we are not all going to sleep here. let us try to limit ourselves to the 2 minutes. Conversation will continue even after now. We all have the platform. Our modus operandi are almost similar. I'd prefer you are not tell us your name, your organization, maybe or how you widespread. If, please, 2 minutes.
Yeah. Good evening, House. My name is Ekene Waguchi. I'm from Like Minds for PeterObi. Comrade, I want to correct an impression. We don't have money, please. Stop. You and Jack, stop telling people we have money. We don't have money. We lost one of our major influencers because we couldn't pay 4 million naira for him. And we know how painful it is when the people fighting your cause are being bought because of small money. This guy was one of our major influencers. He didn't agree to join us for a while because he was hoping El-Rufai would come as vice president. But when El-Rufai didn't come, he had no option than join us. And we were doing the little we could for him until he had an issue and PDP paid him 4 million and took him from us. So the war we're about to face is not a childhood war. It is a serious war. We are fighting, we are going to a gunfight with a pen. And you cannot win a gunfight if you come with a pen. Even if you like, come with a knife. The gun is stronger than the knife. We at Like Minds for PeterObi, we bought Peter's form in PDP. We were part of the people that initially spoke to him to come out, and he had listened to us and he came out. We bought his PDP form. When he told us he was going to labor, we joined him to labor. We've been doing a lot. We've spent a lot of money in doing whatever we are doing. But you know, this money comes from people. We can't keep begging people to give us money. There's someone that said he made a transfer for me on Friday, 1 million naira. I've not seen the alert up till now. And I had to drive to his office before he made the transfer in front of me. I've still not seen the money. So I want you to know how difficult it is to raise money. Please, our brothers, Big Tent, and 40 million ballot movement, we hope and pray that you guys will come to our rescue. We have plans. When I was a child, my father was a politician. I used to see party vehicles in the village donated by support groups. My father ran for House of Rep. He didn't buy one of the cars he used then. It was donated by support groups. It was donated from the party through the support groups. Why can't we have 8,000 words? We can even have that car that's like Keke na Pep. It's about 1.3 million. We can buy 8,000 of it and share around Nigeria with PeterObi's face in it. By the time we share 6,000 of that, or 3,000 or 4,000 of that car in the north, I don't think anybody will say they don't know PeterObi. Because that way already, it means every family or every ward in the north have seen PeterObi's presence one way or the other. And when you give such cars, you give it as gift. After election is your own, which means it's a stakeholder in this thing we're doing. And what better place do we need to share these cars in the north where they say we need penetration? At Like Minds, we are doing a lot in the north, we're doing a lot in the east, but all of us here as support groups, be it Mushroom, be it Big, please, if they give you money for this PeterObi campaign, please use it judiciously for what you were giving the money for. A lot of people are coming now saying we want this, we want that, but we know how it will end. This is people's money. This is not Peter's money. The other politicians that are bringing their government money to give you, we is people that will raise this money that will give you. Please bear it in mind that it could have been your 1,000. It could have been your 1 million. Treat it like your own when you're giving this money. And we pray at the end of the day, we'll all succeed in all our endeavors. Thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, while we are, of course, answering questions and then making comments, another very important gentleman came in. This particular gentleman has been a Labour Party member personified. He's been a strong supporter of PeterObi candidacy. In fact, to tell you the truth, he is running for the governorship office of the Ebonyi State people. He is no other person than Chief Edward. He is a philanthropist, a lover of the Nigerian people, and is also ably supported by his deputy, Chief Umwambweze. They came all the way to be with you, and a chieftain of the party, Chief Dr. Imaizi, who also joined them today. That's to tell you that we are networking and we are moving as they come in to join you together. Please, another round of applause for this gentleman.
Thank you very much. Before we go further to start taking questions. Okay, you will give us a very short. Yes. Hold on, please. Hold on, please. He is going to talk to us, but there's something I want to tell you. Please, could you stop making noise, please? The solution, the roads, the pathway to creating the Nigeria we all have dreamt of is what we are here to create. You see, some of us do not have time to take some rubbish. That's why we came up to create this war chest. Let me tell you how, I just want to prove a point to you that we will give you the money you need to work. We will give you, we will create it for you. It's a thing of shame. PeterObi, being an Igbo man, to say money will hinder him from becoming the president. Listen, just listen to me. Igbos in Alaba alone can generate 250 billion. Listen. Let me tell you my formula number one. I'm not even talking about outside Nigeria. Here. You see, like-minded convener, PeterObi movement convener, Take Back Nigeria convener, PeterObi support network convener, PPGN chairman, all other people who we believe they have a good reason to be identified as a credible support group for PeterObi. We will integrate you, we will create you into a committee. I will be leading that committee together with so many other people. The people who know me too well know I have contacts, I have connections, I know people. We shall begin to identify the billionaires and the billionaires one by one. I will take you to their house, they'll bring money. They will bring the money. One example. Hold on. When Peter was the governor of Anambra State, hold on. When Peter was the governor of Anambra State, he was the one who, the first governor to be using locally made cars from Innocent. The first bulk money Innocent got, I think 5 or 6 billion, Peter paid him. The same Innocent that is even claiming now that he wants to buy a GT Bank. He's my friend. You want to tell me I will take you to his eye, I will not bring money. The profit he made from the 6 billion, my friend, he has to bring some of the money. Some people must bring money. So I'm just trying to tell you that Nigeria belongs to all of us. People must bring money. So when we talk of raising money, we are not coming here. It's a war chest. We are not coming here for jokes. We know where to find them. I take you to them, their houses, their doorsteps. I call them, we book. Humility is good. The man who just walked in, I invited him. Governor, when did I invite you? 3 days ago. Okay. I'm sorry I have to say this. He is a private sector oriented man. Humility is good. He's one of the most successful businessmen in Igbo land. A very silent, secret billionaire. I brought him here to identify with us. 1 billionaire came in, Everest, he left. I brought 2 billionaires now. I don't know. I think there's another one who is a billionaire. I think it's hiding the other one. 3 billionaires. 3 billionaires can give you 50 billionaires. And you never can tell what they can give you. The money is growing. And by the time you hit your first 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 billion, Nigeria will start following up. So we are here not for joke. For the audience, those that may have questions to ask, contributions to make, please know that we are here to talk about the survivor of the support group money. My brother said something, a gunfight, you want to use a pen. That is the reality we are faced with. It's not going to work. Thank you very much. Okay.
Okay. All right. So let me.
Great Nigerian people, the greatest Nigerian people. If you want to speak, if you want to stand, if you want to laugh, if you want to donate, the conveners of these war chests, my own dear brother here, who is the founder of Charity Begins at Home, is the convener of Charity Begins at Home. He has done great works in southeastern Nigeria. He was there for almost 2 weeks and organized so many programs. Some of them were attended, including the one he organized in Ebonyi State, our own state. I want to thank him especially for the wonderful work he's doing. I also want to thank in a special way Dr. Tanko, who has been driving this fight for justice for our country. Like we all know, and it's been said severally, a loaf of bread is not cheaper in Katsina because they have president. It's the same price they buy one loaf there that we also buy in southeastern Nigeria. I want to thank all the people that have put this together and all of you who are here to move this. It's a movement, the first organic movement we're experiencing in the country. People coming together to say that enough is enough. It's not about it. It's not about religion or ethnicity or whatever you may call it. It's about saving ourselves from the challenges we are facing in the country. In the midst of plenty, people are hungry. Many countries of the world that have smaller land mass is producing far much more than we can do because we're in a consumption economy instead of production economy. Until we go back to production, until we sell more than we are buying. One definition of a poor person is a person who buys more than he's selling. The moment you buy more than you are selling, the person is poor. So until we convert our economy to a production one, that we'll be able to create employment. Until we create or incubate micro, small, and medium enterprises in the country, we'll continue to have unemployment. Because micro, small, and medium enterprises is the engine room of every economy and the greatest employer of labor. And that is what the PeterObi movement is about. And some of us who are also in the private sector, who have been employing people, understand the pains of unemployment. I'm an architect by profession, and I've been in the private sector, and we've created employment opportunities for people. In one of our facilities, we have about 600 people employed. And when we did our findings, we discovered that virtually all the states of the country have a staff in our organization. And like I said before, things are not better in the north because the northerner is president. The average poor person in the north is suffering the same thing that someone in the southeast is suffering, the same in the southwest. You are not getting a cup of gari cheaper because you're a Muslim or that you're a Christian. It's the same price that they buy somewhere else that every other person is buying. So when we are looking for leaders, we are looking for those who have character. People that have character, people that have commitment, and people that are credible. Those that have competence to take us to where we want to go. There's no substitute to experience, and you cannot give what you don't have. A person that have no character will not be able to deliver on his promises. A person that is incompetent, that does not have the experience, cannot drive a production economy. If you have not practiced production, if you have not been in the private sector, you don't know how micro and small medium enterprises are incubated. It will be impossible for you to drive a production economy. And if you don't have commitment, it's not about going into government and begin to complain. Oh, I didn't know it was all that bad. We are going in to solve problems. It's their responsibility to create solutions to our problems. If you have unemployment and you are going in, you are going to solve that problem and not to give excuses. If there's insecurity, your job is to create security and solve the problem and not to give excuses. Oh, it was so bad before. I have reduced it to this level. We are in this movement to create solutions to our problems. So I didn't know I will have an opportunity to talk here. I just wanted to respect my friend. I want to thank you for giving me the opportunity, and I believe we are going to succeed. In Jesus' name, thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency, for that kind remark. Please, we want to recall, I told us earlier, we have diaspora audience, people who join us via Zoom online. We want to call on the representative of PPGN to speak now. 2 minutes, please. I hope we online, that's what I said. Our online audience, please, can we just take 1 or 2 more remarks from our diaspora audience to speak?
Sorry. Hello. Great Nigerians, please. I'm representing the Nigerian Voters Watch. We're a diaspora group. Spread across, and we have our tentacles across the nation. I don't want to speak much, but what I will tell you is that it's a serious business, and we've done a lot of work on voters demographics. We As time goes on, we will unveil the voting pattern, the voting demographics, the opposition intelligence, what happens in the North, where they get the votes from, who gets it and how they get it. It's not, you are raising funds. You don't talk about raising funds in public. It's a serious business. I just advise. You don't, any serious political organization or political movement does not talk about fundraising in public. We will submit our proposals to you, to the group, and then we come out with strategies of funding. But I want to assure you that our support group, we have tried to do our own internal mechanisms to, we are raising funds for our own internal operations. And when you concretize the process, we will be part of it. Thank you very much.
I want to raise a point here. Please, Oga, which is your group? Okay, let me say one thing here. Shedra, just give me 1 minute. To correct a very false impression, what we are doing here, this man here is an architect. I know he's a politician. He's a businessman. I am a grant expert. In fundraising, you broadcast publicly if you want to be accountable and credible and transparent. I have created over $400 million fundraising campaign, my dear. That is what we call political action committee. If I have no transparency, no sense of accountability, and I want to raise money secretly and you want to give me your budget, who gives the money? And when I'm stealing it, who knows? I just want to educate you. Thank you.
Can I come in here, please?
Please, from our, I don't know the representative, from our diaspora audience, please, we'll call on EPGM president, please, to speak to us now via the Zoom. Thank you. 2 minutes, please.
But mute him then. Please mute him. Can you mute him, please?
Please unmute yourself and speak. Okay, from New Jersey, Chief Iheke, please, can you address us? 2 minutes, please. From New Jersey, Chief Iheke, please, can you address? Please, our technical person, can you help with the volume?
You've been unmuted now. You've been unmuted. Oh, go on, Igbo work.
Okay. No. This media works.
Yes.
We can hear you. Speak on, please.
All right. Thank you, everybody.
Put on your video now.
Just speak up, please. We'll hear you.
Can you hear me?
We can hear you. Speak up, please. We can hear you.
All right. I just have a couple of comments to make here. From the United States, particularly, we live in a structured society. For $40 million movement, what we have done first is to establish the instrument of raising the funds to go directly to the funds $40 million movement. which is why we are here today. We live in a country of accountability, and we live in a legal society where transparency, accountability, taxes are involved, and we are going to do things the right way. The right way meaning that we are going to raise the funds directly for the $40 million movement, who in turn will provide those funds for the support groups. I just wanted to say to us all that we are set for the problem of raising the funds which will go directly to the $40 million movement. We are $40 million movement USA. That's who we are. And what we do stems directly from what people are doing at the hall today. In a nutshell, I want to take this opportunity to thank all the support groups who have reached out to us, particularly the Northern Commission, the Lawyers Coalition for PeterObi, who are in the background doing work, the Take Back Nigeria group, who have done a marvelous work. As we say here, they say, money talks, bullshit walk. Our intentions here is to make sure that the efforts of Congress Kennedy, PRA, along with the efforts of Professor Patton and the PeterObi movement, that when it comes to the diaspora affair, we are accountable. We will raise funds because of who we are. This is our help. And we assure all the groups that we are communicating with, we will not leave you hanging. We will do the job, and everything will come to you. I just want to thank everybody who is participating here. And I want to also thank our brother Sheila, who has the microphone there. We started this journey way back in Oka, January 4th. So I want to thank you all for hanging there, help us around the corner. Keep telling us Obama way is $5 here, $10 here, and that's what we are going to do. Thank you all very much. I rest my case. Victoria Obo is here to state a word or two for us, and we will close the chapter of this.
Okay, I think I'm unmuted now. Is it okay to speak?
Go ahead now, go ahead, you're wasting time.
Thank you very much. This is Michael Chukwujeku, PPGN, Global Coordinators. Yes, we have actually looked into a lot of the things that's facing Nigeria, which I believe we all already know. Now, what PPGN is actually bent on doing now is getting into a very strategic approach to seeing that all these youths, all these Nigerians, the market women and everybody, traders that wants to vote PeterObi for a new Nigeria, we want to see that these votes count. And when we look at Nigeria, we have over 176,646 polling units. Now, looking at those, we are talking about getting agents in all these thousands, hundreds of thousands of polling units and getting canvassers there. And that's just money, because people who need to do this job need to get there early in the morning, be there till night, police the vote, see that these votes are casted. And if we multiply 176,646 times 3, at least 3 agents, 1 canvasser at minimum, we will be having we'll be having quite huge number of people. And if we look at these support groups, like Comrade Yere has listed at least 8 support groups that have national coverage. These 8 groups that have national coverage, if you multiply just three agents, 2 canvasser, two agents, 1 canvasser for them, we'll be getting about 4.20 million. That's 4.239 million people. And that's quite a huge impact we can do, because most of these people will also tell their neighbors and tell their relatives, but they need to be paid. So if we say we pay each of them 5,000 naira to come in the morning and stay there till night, policing and eating and drinking water that they may need, we will be looking at 21 billion naira to be able to just deal with the agents and the canvassers. And that money is needed. I'm not sure any support group has that money to do this now. We're just talking about agents and canvassers. And so we're not just talking about the car, like the like mine for Nigeria, we're talking about cars and all that. Those are all things on their own. Somebody talked about March. They all had their parts to play. But the nitty-gritty, this basic one that we've got everybody shouting, how would their vote count? How would they not be taken over on the polling there? And when these votes are casted, who are these people that are there in this 1,760 votes
on that point he's making?
To be able to,
okay,
to be able to really ensure that these images are captured. And that's the next thing. Next thing that PPG
House.
Sorry? The next thing.
My name is Emmanuel, but online, people know me as Bishop.
Somebody speaking.
Somebody speaking, please.
Somebody has not
Thank
finished.
you very much.
Yeah, somebody speaking.
I am popular
Can I
online
just
for
finish,
fundraising
please?
and supporting support groups. I am the leader of PeterObi support group Diaspora and Nigeria, and we have been doing a lot. I have only 2 minutes. I'll tell you what we've done and our challenges. During the PVC registration, Mohammed Yaya is here. We spent nothing less than 100 to 150,000 naira every day during the PVC registration in the north, sending people to go register their PVC, bringing them back, spending for security, feeding them. I, magnific dude, Hells, Uyemi will have been doing that for a very long time. My group has also been responsible for funding the 1 million march in all the states. My Twitter handle is Bishop P-O-E-V-A-N-G, Bishop P-O Evangelist. Go there and check. We have the receipt of money sent to all the states. Katsina State, we received an award of appreciation from their Labour Party chairman because of what we did in Katsina State during the PVC registration. We have done a lot. And if you mention the name Momo, you've given us money before. He has been on my platform. He has given me money before. Jack, you know what I'm talking. So we are popular for raising funds. We have been backlashed. We have been accused, so many things. But Jack said something. Jack, remember that post someone made and the person called me out. You said, if I'm going to be a leader, and then I want to hear everything people are saying, then I'm not ready to lead. I took that word and I said, no election in Nigeria can be won without money. Please, I'm going to read you 2 quotes. We all know our challenge is money. I will not come here and tell you that my challenge is money because you all know that my challenge is money. We have a lot of things we are doing. Affiliate marketing to market PeterObi, we have started it. YouTube ads for PeterObi. Before you watch your video, you are going to see an advert for PeterObi. On Facebook, we have sponsored ad. We're going to start doing sponsored ad. On Instagram, we want to start doing sponsored ad. But I'm going to read you something. I'm not all about money, 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 even if money is needed. Just 30 seconds and I'm done. Listen. The forests keep shrinking, but the trees keep voting for the axis because the axe was clever enough to convince the tree that because its handle was made of wood, it was part of them. Take that. And because a poison was served in your tribal glass, doesn't mean you should drink that poison. I rest my case. Thank you.
Thank you for interrupting my conversation and just started talking while I was talking.
Dr. Tanko is not here. When he comes, we'll take a few more questions. Please, let's restrict ourselves to 2 minutes to enable a few other persons to speak before.
Okay. Thank you all. All protocols duly observed. My name is Felix Ifai Michael. I'm the DG of Sound Mind Enlightenment Support Initiative. Don't mind the way I dress. We dress simple to hide ourselves from some certain things. I know I stay in Ajangbadi area, Ojalaba to be precise. And I know I have joined Bishop. We're always online making our contributions. We started with, encouraging people on PVC registration. I have my office and I dedicated it. I abandoned every business and every work I was doing and focus on the mandate of PeterObi. I do have online platform, which is G-Class Resources Limited, like Njenje or Jumia. But at this moment, my site is shut down because I could not pay just 50,000 naira to renew the site because of what PeterObi, movement. Because I always been in Abuja, national office. We have our group there represented in some states. So Sound Mind is an organization, it's an NGO. It's not just PeterObi support group, but it's an NGO. We have hospitals which we use to support people, health-wise. This is the major purpose we are being called. So at the moment when the movement of PeterObi came to, exist, because I have, one of my guys is here. We have had meetings in Festac, I think last 2 weeks. My major purpose is to call together the support groups because I found out that we are not in unity. So I always go from meeting to bring us together because many of us, we are concerned of our personal and individual interests. But to be frank with you, I have spent over 1 million naira to support this cause, but I'm not counting on that. Then at the moment, our challenge is, I'm in Ojo area. Ojo is one of the strongholds of APC. And Ojo also is dominated by majority of non-indigenous. If you talk of 80% is Igbo people, but we are not talking about tribe. APC and PDP is not supposed to win election in that environment, but they have inculcated fears in the life of people. They don't come out on election day to vote. But this time around, we are going house to house to encourage people to tell them the need. Please, I've not exceeded 2 minutes. Okay, so okay, let me round up. At the moment, I have a receipt in my phone here. I have an office that we will try to pay for. I've paid 50,000 naira and we want to balance 400,000 for that office between now and next week. So our challenges at this moment is fund. Thank you and God bless you all.
Please, thank you so very much. I want to beg of you. They just called my attention from Prompt's office, the online audience that have been cutting them off. It is not good to cut somebody off in the middle of it. Just restrict yourself. Introduce yourself, your name. This platform continues. Every other challenge, it's better you tell us, I have presence here, I need money for establishing 25 other offices in 25 states. Just things like that. Your budget will capture that properly. And if you have a question, just go straight, ask your question. Chieftain is here, the spokesperson here, they will help answer those questions rather than repeating every other thing. Our modus operandi are almost the same, every one of us. Thank you very much. Let me take from a lady, please, before you speak, Ubani.
Yeah, good evening, everyone. I don't know how to speak
very much. I will just go straight to the point. But I will just start with just a simple quote, and I think that's what you just said, that a goat, an army of goats, rather led by a lion, can win an army of lions that is led by goats. And I think that is what all of this is all about. I think that is why we come here. Sorry, I'm not on my medicated glasses and the light is disturbing. That's why my eyes are short. Okay, so please, not like I'm shutting my eyes. Yeah, all right, thank you. So, okay, I'm here on behalf of PeterObi Vanguard Ambassador. I'm sure, as I mentioned, that Jack will be aware of it. One of our members has spoken to him about the PeterObi Vanguard Ambassador Support Group, because by the time we registered with the CPO, we found out there are other people answering PeterObi Vanguard. So we decided to edit our name to PeterObi Vanguard Ambassador. Okay, we have presence in Nigeria. We are focusing on, we are media oriented. We are media oriented, and then grassroots mobilization towards the Castina. And one of our frontliner is CIA Chigozie Alex Ifeanyichukwu. Of course, we all know what he's been doing in and out on social media. And I'm here with one of our convener, Paul Mokedi is the convener. Of course, we have our presence in social media. Bishop, I know that, okay, a lot of persons know Charlix, but they don't know this is Charlix. So this is Charlix on PeterObi Vanguard Morning Digest every morning. It started 2-3 weeks ago, and we started this movement since the inception of PeterObi, and we intend to go deeper and deeper, not only in Castina. We are intending to activate about 6 more states in the northern northern side of the country. And I think with this, we all know that we are all gaining and going towards one goal, which is to bring in PeterObi and Dati Mohammed come February 2023 into office to occupy the 001 and 002 position of Nigeria. And with this, I say that our labor will not be in vain. We didn't gather here in vain. Thank you very much. I appreciate.
Please, our technical person, allow somebody from the diaspora to speak. Chief Eheki, direct him to speak now, please. 2 minutes, please. I beg of you. 2 minutes, please.
Hello?
Hello.
Yeah.
Chukwujeku, please. I think from Maryland.
Okay.
Please speak on.
The global coordinator for PPGM, please go on and speak, unmute yourself. Dr. Chukwujeku, please. You cut off Dr. Chukwujeku, who is the global coordinator for PPGM, while he was speaking. He didn't finish speaking. I am asking for you to please allow him to finish what he was saying. And please don't cut somebody off. I know it must have been done by mistake, but let
him speak, sir. Let him speak. Let him finish what he's saying. Sorry about that.
Yeah.
We are sorry about that. Can you complete your statement, please?
Thank you for the opportunity to just talk. I believe that all we are doing is to make Nigeria work. And there's no annoyance. Once we get it right, we will get Nigeria right. Thanks again. I was doing analysis. I was saying that even in the Kano state where we are working now so much, looking at the number of people, number of polling units in Kano, that is 11,222 polling units, we need at least 168 million naira to be able to get people to police votes in Kano. Not talking about car at the moment. In Kaduna, where we just procured an office for Labour Party and PPGN, we have 8,012 polling units there. And by the time you calculate 3 people that's going to work to ensure that voters are really encouraged and their vote counts, we will be spending 120 million. These things are money. We can't sweep them under the carpet. These monies are needed for these votes and for this election to take place, to have PeterObi delivered. Yes, Nigeria is under labor. We are looking forward that Nigeria will put to bed come 2023 with a good government. But this will all be governized by ensuring that what people are talking about, Comrade Iyeres talked about, when the campaign starts, we see the reality. These are the structures that money is needed to implement. Now we're doing electioneering app that has to monitor a lot of things, both sensitizing, both capturing image results, both streaming results in all the polling units in Nigeria at the time the results are coming in. This is a very big project needing money. We started it, Comrade Yeri is aware of that all experts from all over the world getting involved in this. At the moment as we talk, we have in our database more than 86 million registered Nigerian voters with their phone number. It took time to get, and it's money that will be used to maintain that buy. We bought it, and you might not know how we bought it, but we have it. If you tell me your own polling unit now, I can tell you people who have PVC in your polling unit, whether you are in Kaduna or you are in Kano or you are in Sapele or you are in Warri, wherever you are in Nigeria. That is money and that is technology. We need to use that to begin to sensitize, at some point, get the principal to even make a voice note, asking people to vote for him. These things are all going to be activated. These things need money. We will win the election to be able to have a new Nigeria that we want. And PeterObi is the man that will make it work, but he needs money to get it to work. Thank you.
And that is where I come in, if I may.
Thank you so very much.
I have a question.
Mr. Bani, 2 minutes, please. Speak
My
after
request
him.
is, I've been listening to all these nice talks and everything. I appreciate whatever
good evening.
everybody has said, in particular what Iyere has said.
Okay.
What are the solutions for raising and coordinating effective deployment of raised funding? This is why we are here. I have not heard that. And we need to agree on that before we leave this meeting, because we have spent close to 3 hours on this meeting. We know the problems. They are well outlined. What are the solutions? What are we taking out of this meeting? I don't want to leave this meeting with only problems. What are the solutions, please? Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. I've been itching to respond to so many questions that's already been raised. First of all, let me report to this house yesterday. Yesterday, Comrade PeterObi was seated in front of Comrade Femi Falana. He was seated in front of Julius Abure. He was seated in front of the Labour Congress President, Comrade Ayuba Waba. He was seated in front of Festus Osifo, the chairman of the president of the TUC. Now, what he said clearly was that he is there to listen to the retreats, listen, and then prefer solutions. That is to tell you that you have a listening president in waiting. Unlike the past presidents that you have, they will only want to hear what you say and don't even do anything about it. So we are not scared of listening to some of the challenges that you've already put on board, but we will provide you with guidance. For example, yes, we are very much aware that for a party like ours, there will definitely be people who are not interested in us. This is normal in politics. In fact, your opponent will send directly some people to pretend that they are part of you. So we are very much aware of that. We have them in intelligence groups. We have them even in the media. We have them as members. They will come in. But the situation now in Nigeria is overwhelming to everybody. That even if you become a mole to a people's-oriented project, you know that the benefit is not for PeterObi alone. The benefit is for all Nigerians. So I find it difficult to believe that you, who your father or your mother have been suffering in the village, or your father and your mother or your wife have been killed in Sokoto or Gusau, or your sisters or your brothers have been pushed out of this country deliberately because of bad governance, and then you say you will end up becoming a mole in the interest of what will give you better life, I think you have to check yourself. Instead of becoming a mole, you should become a partner in progress. Now, the issue of party, I have told you, and we need to provide guidance here. Along the INEC line of rules of engagement, the presidential candidate of any party cannot spend anything more than 5 billion naira. That is constitutional and based on electoral acts. But, as I said, support group like yours can generate as far as much as you can generate. But also note, like I said again, the political party in which you are supporting and the candidate in which you are supporting must be taken into full cognizance and full disclosure. Because the reason is simple. At the end of it all, if anybody who wants to become a mole that you've already established, bringing money that will be subject to scrutiny, it will be appended on your candidate and your political party. So you must be guided. And you know who are donating to you. So many other political parties are getting donations. Like now, we commissioned an office in Owerri. Somebody gave it to us. We are commissioning an office in Kano. Somebody gave it to us. Billboards are being commissioned here and there. We don't know how much they cost. They may be already rolling into even billions of nairas already. But the party has not raised one single kobo from anybody. The campaign organization has not raised any money from anybody. So we have to be guided and be careful so that at the end of it all, what we are collectively doing has its own challenge. But as a group, of course, you must be able to generate funds, and how to use it for the purpose of the presidential candidate is okay. Now, there was issue of donation and display of register that is coming up by INEC. Somebody raised this fundamental issue. INEC will publish very soon the registered list of voters. As of last 2019, when I ran as a presidential candidate, the total registered voters were 84 million registered voters. Today, they have included new registers. Total registered voters as we stand today is 96 million registered voters. As per INEC position, 96. From the statistics that we had, out of the 12 million newly registered voters, within the ages of 18 to 25, represent about 8 million registered voters, and most of them will all be modest to every contestant. We believe that that 8 million is actually our own registered voter who wanted to vote for PeterObi.
Way more than that.
But we must work within the statistics that is provided by INEC, because you can't say you have registered voters of 96 and then you ended up having voters close to 100 million. It doesn't add. So therefore, I want to encourage every support group to go out immediately. INEC is publishing its register. Go and find out where your polling unit is, your name and your number appearing, because you must, that your name, if it appears in the register, you have full position of voting. Because I've had complaints of people saying that there's a position in which some of them may not get the voter's card. But once your name is registered, you can demand for your voter's card. And it is also important to note that out of the 84 million registered voters, majority of Nigerians, as at that time, with all due respect, were not interested in election. So majority of you guys actually left your registered voters card. Majority. And so therefore, no, it is not, because INEC is going to display the same register comprises of all the people who have been registered. They will display 96 million registered voters. So in the case in which you have not gotten your previous voters card, it is good you trace it at the point in which you register ab initio. And they will do one thing. Long before now, they have one. There is what machine they call AFIS. The AFIS automatically withdraw or eliminate anybody who have registered twice. If you register somewhere in Zamfara, maybe you are a student, and you come back to Abia and re-register again, which you know that your card is already registered in Zamfara, the office will automatically remove you. Yes, both because that is double registration. That is technical. This technical issue, you must take note of them. You must take note of them. So if you have registered before, identify that your polling unit, go and demand, because at the end of it all, the total people who registered in 2019 were 84 million, and the total people who voted were just 33 million people. Buhari got 15 million voters. So meaning that there were 50 million people who did not vote in 2019. Are you with me? There were 50 million. So, but then we can put to use that 50 million now, because now that all of us are interested in rescuing Nigeria, North and South, West and East, poor or rich, Muslim or a Christian, Nigeria is all pagan, or we are all here to rescue Nigeria. So these are very important information that we need to share so that you will be very, very much aware of it. But honestly, for me, the battleground is the polling units. I keep on stressing it. If you build a tent around the polling unit, no Jupiter can stop us from winning election in 2023. And we are all the way for ObiDient presidency.
Please, we are rounding up. It's 2 minutes, Mr.
Okay. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry, my name is Honorable Vincent Anthony Ubani. I'm the Director General of the Nigerian Youth Headquarters. And also, I'm chairman the Coalition for ObiDient support groups, different support groups, over 178 in our database. I am sure I invited many of them here today for this program. I want to, first of all, appreciate you all who made it to this program, and to go straight to the point. The point is, irrespective of all the information you've received here today, there is a major assignment in our front, which is on the 1st of October. We have a mega rally to achieve, 5 million march, which is being organized between the Labour Party as party structures here in Lagos and all the support groups. Please, in case you are here and you base here in Lagos, even though you don't base here in Lagos, but you have people here in Lagos, we want you to help us to pass the message across to every nook and corner of this Lagos state, 57 local government and LCDA, for them to be aware that we are all arriving at the National Stadium by 7 a.m. on Saturday, the 1st of October, 2022, where His Excellency, the incoming president, Mr. PeterObi, will be in attendance to welcome us all, while we walk from the National Stadium, a fitness walk to Maryland, where we come off the 5 million walk. So please, there is a hand base for this particular program, and there is a notice. In case you are not in the database of the coalition and you have a group, please ensure you have your group in that list for you to be empowered during our program. Thank you very much, and God bless you, sir, for your light in how we need to know the procedures of getting our voters card and other things. Thank you very much, and thanks for the organizers.
Thank you, Mr. Ubani. Yes, the lady. 2 more. One, yes, we'll take 2 more, then we'll Okay, yes. Yes, Pastor, you speak.
All right, thank you once again. Like I said, my name is Lighton Lale. I belong to the Super Volunteer Group. I'm not the leader, I'm just but I just want to thank you so much for that insightful. Yes, but I want to say why I am here, and I think it affects a whole lot of things. Ordinarily in 2020, I would not expect that somebody like me, I'm a Nigerian, but I used to stay at the back because I felt everything about leading politics was wrong. But I would say that 2020, I had an encounter that made me realize that this would happen. And that was why when EndSARS happened, a few people called me and said, you told us about this EndSARS and it is happening. I supported a protest that happened at Unilag. People were shocked to see me there because I was like the only adult. And a friend joined me that I'm surprised you will join Unilag students. And I said, because something is about to happen in Nigeria. I want to address what you said, Sai, about these funding things, because when I came here, I didn't really know what I was coming here for. I want to encourage us, please. We need money, because without money, a lot of things do not happen. In my local government, in my ward, we went on a walk on Saturday, this last Saturday, the previous one, and I led it. And the question most of them were asking is, where's the money? Where's the money? They used to bring money. And I can tell you that a lot of them told me, Madam, because you are here, we're voting PeterObi, money or no money. Because we told them that we are here to change a narrative where Nigerians have to vote because of money. And so I don't want us to get it wrong. All these things that a lot of these groups are doing, the studio, the website, all these wonderful things will work. I want to say clearly that people are ready. I have pictures. We were educating these, what do you call them? Meat sellers, pepper sellers, and all of them. And they were like, we will vote. We said, yes, I'll round up. And I just want us to do to not make a mistake. People are waiting. People have challenged me. You see all these things, they gave you money. And I said, they didn't give us money. All these things we're sharing in the market. We contributed the money. So please, when this money start going around, I would encourage, I don't know how it to be done. I'm not there, but that things be done to make sure these things get round, but not by giving people money. People are waiting. Sure, you said your principal do not give shishi. Please, whatever we do, I will find a way to put what I wrote in 2020 together. All these things were there. I wrote it there. We do not have money to share in words. I have an article I wrote. I didn't know PeterObi then. I didn't know Labour Party. I thought it was another candidate. And I said, we do not have money to share, neither do we have food to give. But if they give you, by all means, collect and take it, because it is probably from money stolen from Nigerians that they're using. But we have to do these things. So please, when these monies come, please, by all means, I want to encourage us. Let us use them for maybe palliatives. Let us reach those low people, school children, and all these people, not by, please, if we make the error of saying, vote for PeterObi, we're giving you this money. I will be disappointed, because that means Nigeria will never rise from that rot. Please, we need to begin to challenge ourselves to what we want to get out from. We cannot use, so people are willing to, and this is what they're looking for. Is there something going to be different about these people, or they're going to do the same thing? I tell you, Nigerians are ready to vote, but we need money to get to the grassroots and all of that. That's just what I'm fulfilled coming here today, because I know this will go. Thank you so much. God bless you.
Thank you so very much. When we talk about money, it's not about giving cash. That's why we have budget, is to fund those budget elements. Somebody mentioned buying keke. You need vehicles to go about and other things that we need to do. The Twitter ad, Facebook ad, it costs money. That's another. That is the funding element. Thank you, Pastor, please.
Good afternoon, everybody. Good evening. My name is Reverend Dr. Omeni Pius Raymond. I came in all the way from Owerri. What I just want to say to us tonight is this. Some of us speak prophetically. Some of us speak prophetically. We said it. I said it. at the polling unit in Owerri in the last election that as many of us as will vote Buhari will all regret it. But I want to say to you, because we have mobilized in the church, I gave an order. If you're 18 years and above in the church and you have no PVC, don't come into church. Go get your PVC. I personally invited the people who are doing the PVC to church. After church service, begin to register everyone who is not registered. Hear me. If we put our focus on money and have a wrong idea that's about getting money, no, the money is not the thing, it's the work, the spirit, the energy with which we are working. We have done the things we have done without money. When we get money, we will pull down all their strongholds. Hear me. We must have our men at every polling unit. We must mobilize the people, not just to vote, but to stand as foot army, soldiers on the ground. Election is no kids' gloves play. No, you don't joke on the day of election. People are there ready to carry the ballot box. People are there standing there and giving people 2,000 naira, 5,000 naira, and they are watching to see. Now, what they do now is to say, when you vote, show us what you have voted, who you have voted for before we give you the money. And a lot of people were scammed at the last election. So we need dedicated young people. Hear me. It is the future of the young people that is at stake. I tell people, I'm above 50 years. My son is a PhD holder. I tell him, I say, if you don't go out and fight for your future, we kept quiet and they messed our future up. And so this is where we are. This is where we are. So it is your tomorrow. It is your tomorrow that the people that are 50 years and above are helping you to fight, to take away from people that have partial stroke, that are 80 years, that still want to become your president. I rest my case here.
Okay, please. Come on, have a word. I think we are rounding up after.
Let me greet the house.
You will.
2 minutes.
Okay, sorry. Thank you very much. I'm very honored to be in such a gathering like this, to meet persons like this. At least in my young age, it's a thing of glory. And I hope to achieve something with this movement, and that's why I came into it. I represent Super Volunteers too, if I could judge precisely. And I can tell you for one, I'm a field soldier. I've been out not once, not twice. We're going out for our third market sensitization this Saturday. So I'm a field soldier, and I can tell you what we are facing in the field. We come out for sensitization. People need to eat too. We are just saying money to give people. The people that come out to sensitize, they need to eat. They need to be transported to sensitization places. Sometimes I have to drive 45 minutes within my local government from one end to the other end. Those are personal money. That is for transportation. How about the materials we use? We have been using materials. In my local government, we don't wait for anybody. I don't know how to wait for a person. If I am sold out to a cause, I will use my last penny until I am dried out. When I'm dried out, I'll go back to my house and go and be praying to God. But I know that God will not let us be dried out in this movement. These funds we are soliciting for, we are field soldiers. We are telling people we need the money. We need it. I have, in my small local government, we have like 11 wards. I've visited seven wards, and I've met with about 8 to 10 ballets. And every time you go and meet a ballet, you have to say, thank you, sir. And these are things, these are practical things. When I go there, you come and greet them, you give them shinap, you give them something for kola nut too. Because you cannot just come into a ward and just do sensitization without the presence of the local people there. So we need money. So people are just saying we are building website. Good. I'm telling you, field soldiers, we need money, not for even just the website, to field ourselves, to fund our movements. So that's just my own take. I just wanted to share my experience with the house. Thank you very much.
All right, a word from here.
Can I speak from here? Okay, good afternoon, House. My humble self, Reverend Father Mother Buchichekube Chukwuobinna, the National Convener, PeterObi for Good Governance, and also the Southeast Zonal Coordinator for Coalition. Thank you. I think we have done noble by starting with a 1 million man march. And we had our PVC registration and sensitization and canvassment. And the last but not the least, we are organizing the Southeast March, Solidarity March for PeterObi. It will happen in the whole Southeast states the same day on Saturday, 17th. The man here was the one that organized the sanitation, Papa Mama Pekin sanitation in the whole Southeast. This is the man, the last Saturday of August. And in the whole Southeast, we're organizing march in solidarity and in support of Labour Party. But it is now time for us to be supported financially. The foot soldiers have exhausted their finances, and we need finances. That's why I thank people like Sir Edom, the governorship to be in Ebonyi State, whom have taken it up upon himself to finance the coalition in Ebonyi State, because he have seen the need for it. He housed me in Ebonyi State for 1 week in making sure that I galvanize all the coalition, because something happened that wanted to put a disruption and division in coalition. But God being so kind, I came to Ebonyi State and made them to be one, because the man, Dr. Nkwego, has been given the certificates to hold for Labour Party. Can we thank God for that? So please, we need money in everything. We need money. The food soldiers need money even to transport themselves, for them to eat. Please, it is now time for the people that are being known at the top or to support us. Please, thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Let's also invite Mr. Madubuchi Obina to speak to us, flew all the way from Owerri to give support to what we are doing.
Hello, good evening, everybody. It's my pleasure to be here all the way from Owerri with Buhari issue. Yeah, because they said no movement. But I promise my comrade concern, I must be here. I thank God for making it possible for me to be here. And also, I'm very surprised to see His Excellency, my governor to be. That really gave me more courage. Because when I came here, I was looking for a Ebonyi State guy. I said, how can I see any Ebonyi State man here? But it's not possible. But I'm very, very happy to see him and the deputy. And I want to assure people that are coming to Ebonyi State that we are going to provide all what you people need. Because Ebonyi State has been lacking behind. But our governor to be and the forces behind him, we are coming up to support him and to make sure we gain strength in Ebonyi State. Thank you.
Okay, I think the last you didn't raise your hand. I requested if you want to speak, I will give you a minute to speak. Please, a minute, please. The lady will speak and then we'll call it up.
Thank you very much. My name is Prince Godwin. I'm under the Nigerian Voters Watch. I've listened to all what you have been saying, and I want to tell all the support group that whatever is your financial need, logistics, please be compiling them. Let us know local governments, wards, polling units, and states what you need for your logistics, so that when the time comes, we'll be requesting for them and we'll be doing internal audit, how much it costs and what we need to get for you people. So please do that so that when the time comes, we'll get to you people. Thank you very much. God bless you.
Yes, the lady. Yeah. Okay, Ekwemi Emmanuel. Okay, after this lady, you will speak, please.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Ifoma. I'm speaking on behalf of frontliners for PeterObi. And we're a support group raising money and mobilizing the grassroots. And I'm here to ask you to help people with their PVCs, collect their PVCs, because a lot of PVCs, they're lying there and some of them can't even transport themselves from one part of Nigeria to the next one. I don't know if there's any arrangement for any of the support groups or group of persons to distribute and to help them get their PVCs, because I think in everything we're doing, it's good to raise money, but if the PVCs don't get to the people, then what's the essence of all this? We need to work on people getting their PVCs, and my support group is part of those doing that. And we need people to help us do the same. That's all I have to say for now. Thank you.
Okay, from the diaspora, I don't know whether Maryland or New Jersey. Let Mr. Osagi Emmanuel speak, please. I think that happens to be the last person before we take our last national anthem and go. Mr. Osagi Emmanuel, you can speak now. Technical person, enable him, please.
Can you hear me?
Mr. Osagi Emmanuel, you can speak, please.
Yeah, are you hearing me, please? Can you hear me?
They can hear you.
Can anyone hear me?
Yes, we can. You can go on. We can hear you, please.
Okay, good evening, everyone. Good evening, everyone. I bring you greeting from the National Coalition, National Layer Coalition for PeterObi. I've listened carefully to everyone talk money. Money is sweet. Money is very, very important. In fact, money is the ultimate brain boss of what we are all doing. When you come before somebody like Kennedy and be talking about money without policy, Mr. Kennedy knows how to bring out the money. Please, let's see how we can, because there are moles in the hall, and this is why I said let's reduce this tempo. Whosoever that has anything to do that has to do with money, put your document together, put your report together, and send it to the office of Mr. Kennedy, and he knows how to handle it. There should be a system of making this request. The challenges we know. Okay, in case, comrade, you said if Obi lose, so many people will leave Nigeria. So that is why the lawyer platform is there. Okay, let them come after. We don't come after. The lawyer platform is there to ensure that nobody is humiliated or arrested. So please, I have listened carefully to everyone spoke. Bishop, Jack, those are my guys, doing great things together. Mr. Tekede, I see you. Good evening, sir. So anyway, thank you to the house. But I feel that now we should put together our requests, document our budget, because money without plan is, for me, is not that okay. So let us put together our plan, put together our request, put together our major needs, and we'll forward it to comrade. And please, comrade, I think it is time to put out the account for the donations, because I think this talk must have gingered the diasporans to do more. So please, comrade, please, if you can, let's have the account announced to the public. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Osagi Emmanuel, for that very short remark. I am sure if we visit www.fund40mb.org, we'll get all the information that is required. Submit your proposal. The portal is www.fund40millionballot.org. When we visit that site, we'll get all the required informations that are needed. You can also contact us directly on a line to get your questions answered. Thank you very much. Let's listen to Comrade's final remark, and then we'll go.
Thank you, everyone, for coming to be part of this great meeting. I thank those of us from the diaspora who, regardless of how busy you are with your time, you could still create some spare time to be here, at least staying with us for hours. I want to thank our brother, whom I actually hijacked. I hijacked and I compared him to come here. One thing is to hijack. Another thing is for the person to say no flight. But he didn't tell us no flight, he came. I think this man, I'm especially going to recommend him to you. You need him as a force. We need him as a force. We met in the hotel. We had a fight. We settled after 30 minutes, right? I thank everybody here, especially this man that does not need money. This is the only group that does not need money. Like mines for PeterObi. They are all money people. Yes, they gave 40 million to PDP. I thank every one of you. This is what we have done. The groups we mentioned, we begin to adopt the groups we did not mention. We can have over 500 groups and they all operate in isolation. It doesn't make sense, right? Those smaller groups are the ones they can easily take away from us. But I'm telling you, if you want to balkanize, take back Nigeria, POSN, POM, like minds, it will not work. The reason is because they are established. If money is the only problem they have, it was just that this other guy that came here, the man that came here, I was not even thinking he was the one. I thought it was the president of PPGN. You see, Babangida has a challenge working out on his own. But if you give him a gun, AK-49, you will know that he's a retired general. On that wheelchair, he can raise down a building as big as his own house. So when someone is coming to say to me here, you know, things that are conflicting and contradictory, a veteran, you've been in the building sector, somebody will come, look, if you see a house that will fall down, you know, when from the structure, you know, a house that will lack ventilation, from the structure, you know. I don't say things, some of the things I say, if you Google me very well, don't mind the fake news about me that they said I use a hotel, I don't party. It's part of those things. There were 22 of them that published that they started removing when I didn't pay them. A man that has created a fundraising portfolio of over $400 million, you can't walk into this place and tell me how to create my program. The reason we brought you together is because the money you need, people will not give it to you. You need a face. You need someone that has connections, contact, influence. And on his own, he's solid. He don't chop. You need that type of person to humility is good. You could have written a letter to him, he will not come. You know why? He doesn't know if you're a kidnapper, whether you are setting him up, right? One phone call. I just told you when this council now after this, the conveners will meet after we have met. The first man I'll take you to, I know him. And I know how much he will bring. I'll tell him it's not enough. Because Peter will win. Amen. And the truth is that PeterObi is the next president. There is no guessing. He is the next president. There is just, you see, There are things, let me just shock you. For what I want to say, if you know the people I want to mention, find out. 4 months ago, at the Millennial Hotel, Ibadan, at Siwaju, they tried to lure me. They sent Senator Adeyeye, the DG of Swagger. Before then, somebody told them, you don't need to waste your time. You don't need to waste your time convincing comrade, because one, he has the capacity to mobilize enough funds to do anything he wants to do. So what are you going to, what will be the incentive? And we had that meeting. I repeat, Senator Smart, Senator Adeyeye, the DG or chairman of Swagger, the Millennium Hotel, right? Swagger is Southwest agenda for Asiwaju. Now, I walked away. Before I walked away, I asked them a question. What legacy is Tinubu bringing? That is to build on the legacy of Buhari. That means death. I walked away. But before I walked away, a lot of you here know Valentine Mozibo now. I called Valentine Mozibo. I said, Valentine Mozibo, see what Asiwaju is doing, but who can we send in the Southeast? He said, PeterObi. And I told him then, PeterObi is not serious because I have been pursuing him to come and run. Right? Then he told me, if not for PeterObi, no other person in the Southeast. I said, okay, what do I do? He said, walk away. Ask Bao, Ozibo. I walked away. Yes, I walked away. Then after that, article sent Senator Uzamere from Edo State to me. I'm going to do a video on Okwadike. Okwadike visited Shetima. Some moles are talking him down. Okwadike is one of the men who stood firm for the Igbo political equity project. When article sent somebody to me, what was the deal? To lobby the Igbo people so that Peter can take number 2. When I looked and I said, okay, I was almost getting convinced. But Okwadike told me, no, you couldn't have done all of, because I said, who else can we send non-Peter? Because Ayin was the person I wanted to support. When Ayin came to rig election, in the delegate election in Anambra, I sent him, because he hosted me twice in his house and promised me that the election, the primary will be fair. He now recruited Stella Odudua, Uche Kunife, and Yemeka Ehedua. That's why till tomorrow, Ehedua, the day he saw me at Okwadike's, I said, what are you here for? He started begging. Let me tell you, when people keep talking, we have been there in the trenches. When we talk, when we say anything, we know what we are saying. Yes. Do you get what I'm trying to say? And again, wise people know how to recognize somebody who has depth and substance. So that was how I finished that. I closed that chapter. Then PeterObi somehow entered the PDP. Many things that happened behind, I can't tell you. Do you get what I'm trying to say? I can't tell you. But if you write a list from 1 to 10, Obi knows who are the real people that have the capacity to drive his victory. So what we are trying to say here is that we, in 2023, must win the election. Amen. So when the reason we are gathered here, you see, not, Dr. Tanko cannot talk the way I talk. Number one, he has a lot of interest to protest. People can query him. But if you query me, I will create another program I can create another one tomorrow. So what we are saying here is that Obi is the next president. Yes. So the people who we know, when we were fighting, didn't say, I was telling E-Money, hey, support your man. Those people were chasing entertainment. The moment we chased away the APC from imposing Andy Uba on Anambra, Obi Kubana, Kennedy Okonkwo, e-money, they started raising money, then are attacked. That is me for you. See, when Obi wins, you're going to be having congratulatory messages from all the Igbo billionaires, the importers. We know them. We are going to knock on their doors, piam, 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 and there is no door I cannot knock on at my level, right? I will pack all of you who enter their house, bring money. If you don't bring money, we put you on record. And for PeterObi, there's the last thing I want to say. For PeterObi, we are your friends and your allies working for you to win. There are some people, if you give them appointment, we shall turn back and fight your government. Yes. If they don't, unless they contribute positively towards this whole thing, there are some publications of congratulatory messages I will personally see and be offended. Yes. So you can be sure that, take it. Nigeria is one way, but while we brought it together with your collective platform, we will access a lot of grant money and bring it here. That is not Nigeria money. That's our specialty. So I welcome you for coming, and these groups that we have created, let's stand united. Let's stand united and raise money. Lastly, this platform is not influenced by Labour Party. It's not influenced by PeterObi Campaign Council. We are purely independent. And we raise this money, we support ourselves, and the way we spend this money, we shall make public, right? Accountability is the reason why people will consider us deserving of more favor. God bless you. Thank you for coming.
Yes. Please, let's take our closing prayer, please.
Shall we rise to pray?
Okay. That's that you pray as a man of God. Please, madam, come and take it. It's a commitment we made from the beginning. We keep our words. You will still pray, man of God. You still pray. Yeah.
Thank you, everyone. It's been a good one. And we're going to use that second stanza of Nigerian anthem to actually commit all that we're doing to God, because I know that it will happen. Oh God of creation. Oh God of creation, direct our noble cause. Guide our leaders right. Help our youth the truth to know. In love and honesty to grow and live in just and true. Great lofty heights attain to build a nation where peace and justice shall reign.
We bring Reverend Dr. Raymond to please commit this nation, this campaign, this fundraising into the hands of God.
Our Father, in the name of our Lord Jesus Christ, even as we sang in our anthem, we ask, Lord, that you will guide our leaders right. Help our youth the truth to know. Give us the strength, the energy, the wisdom to pursue and take Nigeria back from the wicked. Almighty God, we pray that Nigeria will not break. Those who are manipulating this nation, Lord, you will disappoint their counsel. Father, you have blessed us. Those who have been stealing from us, your word says when the thief is caught, he shall restore 7 times. We command a restoration of all that was stolen from us. In the name of Jesus, we take authority over every satanic and demonic power that is fighting to destroy this nation. You will fail in the name of Jesus. We pray for all the organizations, all the coalitions, for PeterObi. They are actually for this rescue of Nigeria. Father, let them be empowered. Like your prophets, let them be empowered. Let them move with the speed of the wind. Let them move with accuracy. Lord, finances will not draw them back. In the name of Jesus Christ, we command every other negative power to be subdued. Let them bow before us. In the name of Jesus Christ. At the end of this election in 2023, Father, Nigeria will rise again. The youth will have jobs to do. Lord, evil will die in this nation. Thank you for what you are doing for us. Blessed be your name forever. Let your name be lifted up and high in this country. In Jesus' wonderful name we have prayed. And amen.
We have prayed. Please, we